Hello there everyone, this is I Am Mark 3 and welcome back to Facility 4 in Factorio. This time around I'm going to try and actually do what I said I was going to do last time, which is, you know, laser turrets and blue circuits, because that is what I need to do more than anything else. And I just couldn't do it last time, unfortunately. Yeah, just there. Oh, it does mean stripping this turret out of the circuit? Oh well, that's fine. Right. So yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit today about a few things going on. A few things that I've noticed and things like that. So let's start. First off, I have actually updated my recording software. So that means that this game is going to be recording at a higher resolution now. So, you know, hooray, all that high-res goodness and stuff like that. Hopefully this is going to remove that unfortunate effect it was having of sometimes overloading and pixelating during the recordings, because yes, I did notice that was happening. So I'm trying to avoid that. Let's see, where's my hydrochloric acid? It is acid I want, isn't it? Yes, there it is. Sorry, not hydrochloric, sulfuric, even. Yep, here we go. These guys are making all the sulfuric acid. I need an extra storage tank. Lovely, okay. Yeah. So I have done an upgrade on that. So that's going to be hopefully making better quality videos as a result. And I think it is, because the Solaris that went out at the weekend has actually been a better quality one as well, I think. So it seems to be working, though it is also increasing the demands on my hard drive as well. So, you know, trade-offs and all that. There we go, start pumping acid, like that. Excellent. Now I just have to figure out how to get it somewhere else, like down here. Yeah, okay. Something else I've noticed is how... Well, you know how this is my long-running series? It is my longest running by far, it's got the most episodes in it. It's got the least views, actually. And stuff like that. It's also the one that seems to garner random dislikes every once in a while. I admit, those actually hurt. I would prefer dislikes that actually came with, you know, some kind of, I don't know, let's call it feedback about what's wrong with it. But I also understand that people can't usually be bothered with that, especially if they just decide, oh, I don't like this video, or I don't like this channel, and stuff like that. So, you know, it's up to you guys, as it always is. Okay, I've got the sulfuric line down here. But overall, I've noticed that this series tends to run into one of three kinds of video. Some are better than others, but something I must stress is that each one also has no real quality control because of my overall style in dealing with them, which is quite simply the fact that I do not want to spend ages editing this particular series. In terms of quality control, it's got... I'll try to make sure all the sound is balanced out properly. I'm try to make sure that it's all reasonable quality when it goes out, that kind of thing. But I don't try overly much to, you know, do a ton of editing and create time lapses and just do voiceover afterwards and stuff like that. I record as I go. And that is the style that works for me with this particular series because it's just such a casual experience. But yeah, moving back, as I said, there are three different types of video that this series tends to include. The first type is the one that is normally seen, which is I set a goal, I go and work on that goal, and who knows, sometimes I even manage to complete that goal. Like what I'm doing here, trying to get turrets working and trying to get advanced processors built and stuff like that. Yeah, it's holding up just fine at the moment. So yes, there is that kind of thing going on. I am actually paying attention to my videos. I mean, oh my god, this probably comes as a shock to some people, but I do actually care a bit about the quality. It's just that I don't want to edit this series at all as part of my playing it. So it's like that, yep. Unfortunately, that is not actually the type of video this one is in the 3 I just mentioned. The second type of video is effectively like the first one, as in I've got a goal, I'm trying to work on it. And that is what this one is, because the difference is that I have a topic of some sort which I am wanting to discuss or talk about. Sometimes it may be a game, sometimes it may be circumstances in general, sometimes it might be something else. I'm never entirely sure. But that is just how this all works out, and that is the kind of video that this one is. Okay, we've got acid down here now. Not much acid, but, you know, it is coming. So I'm going to do that. So this video is mostly me talking about a topic at the moment, but it's probably going to lapse into me building stuff later on. Processors. So I need 30 processing units to actually get this at a decent rate. Not ideal, but oh well. But it needs regular circuits and advanced circuits. So I can easily peel that line off, that's okay. Should I put it here? No, here. Yes, here. So yeah, that is actually a thing. That I have a video session and I just go ahead and do a topic. I've got 50. Oh, there's actually room for a full set. Okay. That's a full 15 factories which are going to be making these things. Right. Is 1 per second enough, or can I double it? That is also something. Am I going to be greedy? I need 1, 2. There's not enough space to double it. Darn. I'm going to need more pipes. Anyway, yeah. That is the second type of video, which is talk about a topic most of the time. Admittedly, it is a bit flaky, because I'm also trying to focus on building things as well. Oh, I don't have any batteries left. Yep, of course. So it does that, and it tries to go, yes, I'm doing this thing, and it works out okay. Oh, I need to pull up this entire section. Yay, yay, yay. I don't actually need this section anymore anyway, because it's pulled out all of the bullets. So yeah, I find a topic, and I'm talking about it, and I'm talking, and I'm talking, and I'm probably talking people's ears off a little bit, but, you know, nothing's perfect. Yes, I know. I'm just emptying out this chest to move it a little bit, like that. There we go, right. And put that chest in there. Okay. So I talk your ears off about a topic like this, topic like that. It generally makes a more focused video while trying to just keep up with what I'm doing on screen all the time is more of a, oh yes, I'm doing it this way, and I try to explain things sometimes, and it's not the greatest, I must admit. There is not very much that can be really done about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, that one there, okay. But it does have its uses, it has its moments, and it can leave me feeling a lot more focused as a result. There we go. One mixture of parts. And of course the acid's coming in here, so it needs to tunnel, like that. And there we go, okay. Supplies sorted. Let's just wipe that blueprint. Anyway, yeah. Moving on. it leaves me feeling a bit more focused. It feels like I've actually done something, which is quite nice, I must admit. But it also has a few drawbacks because, of course, to talk about the topic, I've got to have put some thought into it beforehand and tried to work things out. And sometimes that works, sometimes it does not. Sometimes I have something interesting to talk about, sometimes I do not. It's the name of the game, really, and how sometimes I tend to play. So yeah, I'm starting to flag a little bit on the topic, but you know, I'm going to keep it up because I haven't mentioned the third type yet. Yes, the third type of video that tends to result from this particular play style and recording style is like the video that actually went out before this one, which is like frantic reacting, trying to save my base, stop it from going sky high. You know, that kind of thing. Because that is actually a rather important concern, actually keeping the base, you know, alive. I find it tends to be quite useful for recording a series. If I keep the base or the facility or the place where it is being recorded actually alive and intact. So yes, last episode was actually a lot of frantic running around trying to keep this base stable. But that is the third type of video, and I think also the most random, the least productive, and definitely the most frantic stroke tiring kind of video as well, because I try to just keep up with everything. And sometimes it even works. Yeah, sometimes it even works. But sometimes not. It's hard to say, really. Do I have a provider chest here? No, I do not. Probably a good idea if I have one. Because, admittedly, after how frantic last video was, I actually went ahead and I had more frantic times during the interim. That is the only form of production control I have, really, on this series, besides, you know, the whole random trying to make sure I'm doing everything properly kind of thing. And that is the time lapse between videos, where I try to take care of any more boring, less useful situations. That's why I tend to try and put walls construction and things like that out there. But during the interim, I found out that my base was suffering from more from just a lack of ammo, which, by the way, it is still very, very much suffering from, because production is just very, very low on ammunition. Again, I think it's because general copper supplies are down, or something. I've not really stopped to work it out. But it was actually suffering from a power crisis during the skip between videos. And that power crisis actually put paid to the base 4 different times before I found a way to actually focus and push through it and, you know, stop it from happening. So yeah, how bad is that? In the last 20 minutes, my base has died 4 times just to the fact its power plants were collapsing. And because it couldn't produce enough power. Or rather, it couldn't actually mine enough coal either, and stuff like that. So it was actually a huge problem which I was trying to correct and trying to build up. And it was not really working out that well for anything concerned. It was very frantic. I think I spent maybe best part of 20-30 minutes trying to just figure out how to fix and save my base. Facility 4 is just that overstretched and on a razor's edge at the moment, and the heck? Something somewhere has collapsed, probably due to a lack of lasers. That's something else I've noticed. Ah, this section's breaching, right. Because of the ammo problems, gun turret production is actually through the floor right now. As in, it's not actually working properly at all. My guns are basically working like... God damn it. Yeah. Okay. Right. 5 more minutes, because that's just 5 minutes progress we've been lost. Okay, I need to reset and focus more on something else. And that's the problem. This base is really focusing more on a razor's edge kind of situation, and so it is actually having a ton of problems. One problem is this area is actually congested, so I need to remove... I've actually got to give up on upgrading these particular furnaces to electrics, because there isn't enough space, because I need the extra space to convey batteries through this entire section. At least that's how I've worked it out anyway. At least my hydrochloric acid pipeline is still in place. So that's some small consolation for me. I don't have to go and relay the entire thing. But yes, I'm up here to just grab some batteries, and then I'll head down to that area and actually do some fixing. But because of how bad my ammunition supply is at the moment, there is actually a rather huge problem going on in the form of my regular walls effectively being decoys for my real defences. Sorry, regular walls, regular gun turrets even. Because all they're doing now is absorbing attacks so that the rest of my defences don't. That's all they are proving to be good for. Yep, okay, that's a battery flow started. But while the gun turrets are dying and some of them are firing back, it is in truth the lasers which are doing the bulk of the defensive work. Like that, sure. Oops, no. So as you can see, those turrets are just getting hit, and the lasers are sitting behind and shooting everything. So it's the lasers that are actually saving my base and keeping it alive, which is placing even more of a strain on my, frankly, still overstretched power supply. I mean, it's got some spare buffer capacity, so it can absorb some damage, but it's not great. Yes, let's see. And one laser turret just isn't cutting it sometimes, and it's not doing it along the line either, so it needs more lasers, because the lasers are what are basically doing the grunt work at the moment in keeping this base intact. While the guns absorb the damage, the lasers do the shooting and get all the kills. Even a single laser turret, if it's got a wall of normal turrets in front of it to stop the spitters, is proving to be enough to, you know, actually stop what's going on. Okay, we need to get this entire section relayed, so let's go ahead and do that. No, I don't need those, I need some yellows. Load there, unload there. Perfect. Okay. Oh yeah, something else to note, I have actually upgraded my... In the last 10-15 minutes or so, I have actually upgraded my logistics bots. They are actually got 2 speed upgrades on them now. Yeah, as you can see, lasers are actually doing a lot more damage. And look at that. Constant. But yeah, I've upgraded the logistics bots, so they are a lot faster. And that is helping out a great deal as well. Let's go ahead and just stamp all these down so that it's in place, like that. Okay. I'm not going to quite manage to do what I wanted, which was lasers and... laser turret production as well. But that's okay. It's not too bad. And frankly, I'd be surprised if I actually managed to complete one of my so-called lofty goals anyway, when I was trying to get through all of this stuff that I need to get done. Because it sounds simple when you say, oh, I'm going to make this, I'm going to make that, and if I was just making a very small, very inefficient factory setup, then it would be fine. It would probably not be an issue at all. But the problem is I'm setting up for mass production, even if this setup only makes one processor every second when it's actually running. Yep, they can actually grab them. What the? Something else has come loose, and there's another alien inside my base. The frig is going on? Mines and... what? Oh, hello. Right, okay. Yes, okay, right. Mm. The hell? Where the heck did they come from? They came from somewhere to the south, I think. Unfortunately, because of those two deaths, that is also the end of the video. Oh, jeez. I've just had 10 minutes wiped. So I need to figure out a way to short my southern defences, I think. So, yeah. This has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you for watching me talking and generally dying a lot. You've got to admit, watching me dying is at least fun, I guess. And I'll catch you some other time for some more very struggling Facility 4. Hopefully I'll have something to show you in the next 10 minutes in a base that's not being overrun. So yeah, I'll catch you later.